The 501st Clone Trooper Legion is on the march. They've landed upon a large, Earth-like planet in the Star Wars galaxy. Captain Rex has one objective: eliminate the battle droid army at all costs. They quickly come upon the outskirt defenses of the battle droids. A large firefight ensues. Clone troopers will die. However, the power of their ATTs should easily crush the AATs. Not to mention, this is hardly the droids' full force. They're hiding something in the backlines. The clones know it. They gotta deal with these guys first. As the sun sets, the battle site burns. The clones have a swift victory, but the droids aren't even close to being done. Behind their preliminary forces is a fortress. Not just any fortress, but the largest droid army Clone Wars mega fortress ever constructed. The Clone Trooper army is gearing up to hit the walls, with the 501st on the right side of the road and the 212th on the left. Meanwhile, the 501st and 212th leaders have landed with LAATs on a beach flanking route. The 2nd Airborne is accompanying them. The droid super fortress is fitted with super tanks, MTTs, AATs, tri-droids, B1 battle droids in trenches on the first level, droideka snipers on the second level, and super battle droids on the third level, as well as on the roof, a series of artillery cannons and commando snipers. This map was given to me by the YouTuber Warfare Gaming, and if you guys go check out his channel, let him know that I sent you in the comment section. He might send us more incredible maps in the future as well. And he's done an incredible American Super Fortress battle on this map. It's one of his greatest videos. He makes insane Men of War and Gates of Hell cinematics over on his channel. Please go check him out. I'll put the link in the description below. Tell him I sent you. But without further ado, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's get this thing started. Real quick, huge thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring this video. They have literally the best deals in gaming. I use it all the time. If you like Star Wars games, Lego Star Wars for $2. Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $9. One of my favorite Star Wars games, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, $1.70. If you want to play the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, Men of War Assault Squad 2, $3. Extremely popular games can be up to 99% off. Link in the description below. Thank you to Instant Gaming for sponsoring the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get into the video. Let's get it, boys. Going ahead and pressing start right now, and we're about to see the Super Fortress in action. I am so unbelievably excited about this. It is going to be so crazy. We're talking thousands of troopers on the battlefield, and it looks like the fighting is starting with the landing craft over here. The LAATs have landed in the beach invasion, dropping off 2nd Airborne troopers. Tri-droids flip around and fire into the lats right here, killing a number of 2nd Airborne inside. I'm pretty sure a direct impact like that is an insta-kill on all of the crew members inside, and considering the fact that the other lats, oh, more died right there. The other lats are dropping off further troopers, does mean that all those soldiers in there did die. Now, we do have every single named 501st and 212th trooper on the battlefield currently, which will be pretty fun to see as the battle goes on, seeing who survives, who dies. We got Waxer, Boyle, Cody, Rex, R-Trooper 5s, Echo, and, you know, Domino Squad, Torrent Company, the rest of those fellas out here as well. It seems like the Lats are actually helping out considerably over here as they drop off their crew members right now, firing into Tri-Droids as well as the MTTs and things like that. We've also got rocket launchers going off against the Tri-Droids as well, and the frontal assault seems to be getting going over here too. We do have some serious dead clone troopers on the battlefield. Again, on the left side over here, we've got the 212th Legion, and then on the right side is the 501st, because this is supposed to kind of be like a joint operation type of dealio. And the UTATs carry about 25 soldiers apiece. The ATOTs, I believe, carry like 80 or something like that, and there's a lot of them on the battlefield. And then the LATs over there, of course, carry a bunch too. We've got some exploding AATs and tri-droids off in the distance near the super fortress area, as more and more fire from the clone troopers seems to connect with the enemy over here. This is all-out warfare, and you gotta absolutely love it. Again, be sure to go check out Warfare Gaming. I'll put his link in the description below. This video would not be possible without my boy, and I really appreciate it. He makes some of the coolest maps ever, and I never thought I'd ever get a hold of one, and so we decided to do this little collab, and I just can't thank him enough. Ooh, MTT going down over there. That's kind of rare. MTTs are really strong and really hard to kill in the Men of War Assault Squad 2 Star Wars Galaxy of War mod. So yeah, huge shout out to Warfare Gaming. Go check him out so maybe we can get some more maps from him in the future. Absolutely incredible. The named troopers pushing forward over here, leading the way. They do have more health than most of the other clone troopers, so it's a good thing that they are pushing forward as a unit over that way. Another tri-droid is dead over here. We still got AATs up on these little blockades here. We still got super tanks out here. Super tanks are weird. Sometimes they're extremely powerful and take forever to kill. Other times they can be some of the weakest units on the battlefield, and right now they seem to be extremely hard to kill. Like in our Geonosis series we did a couple weeks ago, they died so quickly. In this, they seem to be living a little bit longer. Infantry for the clones is sort of just crawling their way forward. I can't blame them, man. The amount of explosions and fire coming from large-scale tanks, I would not be running on forward as the infantry. Not to mention, we're not even in range for the super battle droids, droidica snipers, commando snipers, or the artillery at the top yet. We have to get to like about here for those to all activate. So the clones need to make sure they keep some vehicles alive to help the infantry deal with those things as well. Do have another UTAT over here exploding, another tri-droid going down as well. Seems to be tit for tat currently on the battlefield. CIS losing tanks, clones losing a lot of infantry as well as UTATs, but the ATTEs and super tanks seem unfazed by everything as of right now, which is good. The LATs over here continue to just sort of chill. I think their crew members probably all died inside, and now it's just the infantry that managed to bail out of those things before their undoing, and they're just kind of chilling right now. A little sporadic shooting going on. The droids did manage to exfil most of their MTT troopers over here, and there's still some on the opposite side over this way as well. So we got a little bit of tangoing going on underneath the MTTs, which is kind of funny little cheeky area to fight in. We do have dwarf spiders over here, but their viewpoint is blocked, as well as AATs over here too. So absolutely crazy. And by the way, this is not it for the battlefield. So, you know, we've got our defenses basically here and forward. Other than that, oh, yeah, droidica snipers. I just saw a few shots come out from them, so I think maybe a clone or two made it far enough out. But yeah, we still have a whole lot of defenses back here. It's just too big of a map to do in all one battle. So I figure we make a trilogy out of this thing, and this is of course part one of said trilogy, is the walls in front of us. Then we'll do the interior section, which is essentially a massive concrete death tunnel, and then in the very back there is a super airfield, and I figure we do a last stand defense over there if it comes to it. I mean, this could be a trilogy, it could be something else, I'm not entirely sure, but there's a lot we can do. Super tank launching basically a Nebelwerfer attack, rocket launchers. Oh, shot some over here towards the LATs as well. Took out that second airborne trooper. That was like malicious. That was targeted, man. He was the only dude within this vicinity. My god. Oh, another better shot right there. Takes out a number of those second airborne troopers. I don't really blame the second airborne for kind of hanging back right now, considering the fact that there's just a lot of tanks on the battlefield, and they're just infantry. They don't have any tank support like these guys out front. Currently, the ATTEs out front are taking an absolute beating. This one's on fire, which means its shields are down. Really, really bad news for that. These other ones over here just crawling on forward, getting shots out here and there. They've taken out the AATs. They've taken out a good number of these tri-droids, but those super tanks are still sticking around, and that is a big problem. ATTE over there goes down. We still got another back here, another 2 back here as well. Oh, another back there too. And then some ATOTs. We've got one more over here, which it looks like quite the slaughter happened over here with a dead UTAT and a lot of dead infantry. Is this thing dead too? No, it's still alive. Yeah, it's still kicking. A lot of the top gunners are down for the count right now, but actually these 3 in the front are still alive, so that's good for them. We've got the 2nd Airborne over here firing up at some of these droideka snipers and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they're really connecting with any of them. Uh-oh. That could do some damage. Nah, it completely whiffs it. Oh, LAT's still firing right there. I was not expecting the LATs to remain in this thing, but these droids over here continuing to receive fire from the clones, continuing to output some fire to the clones underneath an MTT. I've never seen the droids and clones fight underneath an MTT like this before, but it's kind of cool. And it's definitely a drawback of any sort of hover technology that Star Wars tends to implement. Well, while that flank continues to do probably the most work on this battlefield, the main tank assault over here continues as well. Let's check in on the infantry though. So the 212th on the left side over here, it still has hundreds and hundreds of soldiers on the battlefield. They're all laying down though. Again, I cannot blame them. There's a monstrous Titan battle going on, and you're just little old infantry. The 501st over here also laying around too. Looks like an entire ATOT's worth died over here. You can tell by their positioning, obviously. Oh god, more super tank fire up front. That is really bad. Oh my god, it's launching. We got a Frogger. Oh, that's no good over there. And still some more 501st troopers over here. These guys are pretty far over on the flank. If they could get forward, that'd be great. They do have rocket launchers and stuff like that. They're just out of range. And that's not going to change for the time being, because there's a lot of space between them and the super fortress. And honestly, I agree with their tactic of just letting the tanks deal with it for now, because if they tried to push forward alone, they would be going down. Tri-droid over here pops. That's good. That's one less tank. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of time lapse here overhead of the super fortress, because I think we're going to have quite a long little fight here between tank on tank action. Alright boys, so another tri-droid over off to the side. They're dying, which is great for the clone troopers. I'm also noticing though that the artillery up top here is finally starting to fire. Which is really not good. That's just another thing that they've got to deal with currently. You hate to see it. That is no bueno. We really need that infantry to come forward and launch their assault, but currently the clone infantry is being extraordinarily cowardly, except for the 2nd Airborne, who are really the goats of this thing. A lot of the clone command structure is dead though. Very, very bad stuff. We got Waxer and Boyle. We got Kicks. This is Apo right here. We've got, I can't tell who this is. Maybe Dogma. I'm not entirely sure. That's got to be Rex. Yes, sir. A dead Rex on the battlefield. Good profile picture if anyone wants that. But we still got Echo and Waxer. For some reason, Clone Trooper Commander and Captain units, any named hero unit, always pulls out their pistol, and I believe it's because they actually run out of ammunition with their main gun. For some reason, they're the only unit that actually runs out of ammunition. Everything else has infinite ammunition for all guns. I don't know why. I believe it's a glitch, but it just sucks. Another ATTE over here biting the dust. More are flaming with their sirens going off, so I expect them to go down very soon as well. The Super Fortress continues to maintain its dominance right now. And there goes another ATTE off of the distance. Actually, another 2 exploding off of the distance there. Yikes. Still got this one all the way down there. We've got still a number of them over here too, but they're just not coming forward super well. ATOT's over here coming forward though. That's good. We like to see that.
droid infantry that was at the front entrance here is getting shot up, mainly by that ATOT. So the ATOT is like, fine, I'll do it myself. I might not be the strongest against tanks, but I'll take out the infantry if it's the last thing I do. Look at this. That is absolutely terrifying. This ATTE also taking out some droid infantry, but it itself gets absolutely annihilated. Oh my god. You guys have to understand, the power of like 12 ATTEs is insane. That's how good this super fortress is, man. It is just absolutely devastating. But I think it's time we enact the anti-derp rule, because the clone troopers are not coming forward at all, and I think we need to actually push them forward to help support the tanks a little bit. And I am calling this the anti-derp rule because the AI should be coming forward. Super tank explodes over there. That's the first dead super tank, excuse me, hopefully of many dead super tank on the battlefield, because those need to be going down. They need to. More clones just vibing back here. The 501st actually has quite a number of troopers just way in the back over here. Way in the back. Like, none of these guys are coming forward. So I'm taking it upon myself to send these troops forward. Oh, another ATOT death mark over there with like 50 dead 212 troopers who weren't able to evac their ATOT fast enough. Probably victims of the super tank rockets, I'm guessing, is how they die, because that's a fairly common occurrence. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the majority of this infantry on forward now, as I think it is getting into anti-derp rule territory where the infantry is not partaking in the battle at all. So we're sending them on forward to help out some of these tanks who, another one goes down over here. They are hurting currently, hurting big time. We actually got a medic at the top of this tank turret. You go, King. Oh god, super tank fire. Okay, kind of whiffed it though. Didn't really get any of those kills, so that's good to see. 212th troopers charging on forward over here. That's excellent. And the same can be said for the 501st over here now, as we have fully pushed these guys forward, and they are embracing their role in combat right now. A couple rocket shots going out for the clones there. We do have those MTT troopers scattered around the tank traps over this way that the clones will have to deal with over here, and they're starting to fire into them. The droid's obviously very exposed. The clone's also very exposed. We got some, I think, super battle droid wrist rockets coming from up top over that way. We've also still got E-Web turrets in these bunkers over here, dwarf spiders over here, and droidika snipers up top there as well. A couple of these dwarf droids getting popped. Very nice. Love to see. Come on, clone troopers. You guys got this. I believe in you, all right? ATTE over here, completely on fire, but continuing to get fire out itself. It's what we need to see. Oh, so artillery pieces are starting to shoot. Oh no, I think that's actually commando snipers up top taking shots at 501st troopers down below. They probably have some serious damage drop off over here, which is good for the 501st, bad for those commandos up top over there. Another ATTE bites the dust over this way. These ATTEs never came forward. I don't know why. Maybe they got decrewed. I'll go ahead and recrew them, do the recrew rule. Oh no, they're coming forward now. Okay, yeah. I want you guys to come forward fully. Alright? Enough of this lollygagging around. I don't know why you guys are so hell-bent on not coming forward and supporting the cause, but it's time now, baby. It is time. 2nd Airborne over here, still fighting the good fight underneath here with a number of droids. They've killed a lot of them too, though, so that's definitely good to see right there. Clone Trooper infantry getting shelled over this way. They're firing some rockets into these tri-droids. Hopefully they can end up taking those out at some point. But I think we can go ahead and actually bump it up a speed finally. I mean, this is a very large-scale battle, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot of lag going on. You kind of got to be careful to avoid crashes and things like that, because that certainly can happen, and it has happened. Oh, another tri-droid going off in the distance. Very nice. Very long battle here, which is kind of what we wanted to see. I mean, it's way more interesting when you get like a really juicy Super Fortress battle versus a Super Fortress battle that ends in about 2 seconds. So this is pretty gas, I'm not going to lie. And I did go ahead and actually build this battle over on Twitch. I've been doing some battle building over there at night with the fans, so that was really fun, and you guys got to see a lot of crashes of this game as we fine-tuned it and got it to an acceptable number with my computer where the game did not crash. What are you guys shooting at? Oh, I forgot about the trenches here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, mass casualties for the 212 down mid. Absolutely disgusting. Another tri-droid going down, though. That's good to see. The entire front line of tanks now, I believe, is down. Unless this thing is still up. No, this is dead. So there's only the one super tank back here still alive. The entire front line for the droids is dead now. Much of the back line is dead as well, which is good to know, but obviously the clones still have some work to do. ATTE is still coming forward. ATOT is kind of derping around. Still a lot of infantry for the clones left alive currently, but a lot of them have perished at this point. And they are very, very much so not coming forward right now. The entrance to the bunker area still has a good number of droids. The front line here, though, a lot of dead droids. Some more shots hitting the trenches. Droids pretty protected underneath the trenches. 2 AATs getting popped over here. That's pretty crazy. They're pretty far back, too, so that's pretty good. And looks like a couple of Droideka snipers over here are dead. The rest all seem to still be alive currently. They've got a very awkward fire range, actually. I'll show you guys here. So the way they're able to fire, they can shoot like right here. So no clones have really come into their range, except for maybe these guys over here. But I think they were dealt with by the droids on the ground right there. So again, not very effective Droideka snipers, simply because they have not had to be yet. And there goes another AAT right there. Clones seem to be getting a good grip on the left side now, actually. So that's not too bad to see. ATTE coming forward over here. Still got a number of clones way back here. And a number in this midsection area now as well. Still needing to come on forward. Some good shelling into the second shelf up here. Hopefully take out a couple of those Droideka snipers and things like that. But why don't we go ahead and do another time lapse here? Because I think we still got a long way to go. Alright, ended the time lapse right there because I did see the super tank burst into flames. So that is now down for the count. Now you have to remember, I mean, droids, I think, don't have too many more resources here. Still got this MTT. It's not the most powerful thing. They've still got some dwarf spiders and 2 AATs back there. But beyond that, it is going to be up to their infantry now, as well as their Droideka snipers and super battle droids. And the clones are just now starting to feel the pain of approaching this droid super fortress line here. The clone infantry is starting to get smacked down from up top in the rafters here. And that's gotta hurt. They need their tanks forward to help them out. They need the rest of their infantry forward, but they've been having a lot of trouble coming forward as a unified front here. They're just now starting to do it, but they really were letting certain units go in first and not participating fully in the battle together as a unit, which is definitely to their detriment. These 2nd Airborne still fixated on these droids in the trenches over this way. But, I mean, the more pressing matter is over here, where we've got more 212 troopers starting to fire out at some of these droids over ahead. We got dwarf spiders getting popped from clone light fire here, and the tanks are continuing to come forward, which is great. There was a little while there where I really thought the clone troopers were completely out of this thing. There was no chance they could win this, but they've kind of made a comeback here. They've eliminated all 3 super tanks. All the AATs are now dead except for one right here. I think they could potentially still do this thing. I mean, the losses have been astronomical, but at the very least, they're kind of making it happen. I'm starting to see more Droideka sniper fire from up top as the clones come in a little bit more here. Super battle droid fire. There's that artillery fire as well, which is no good. That's gonna eliminate a lot of clones. But the ATTEs kind of work their way up on the battlefield. They don't, you know, they're gonna do ground level first, then they're gonna do the up top level. Although I see a little bit of shooting going for that thing up there, so that's good to see. Very nice. 2nd Airborne should be able to push further up now. I don't know if we have any named units left alive. Oh! We got Waxer over here. I guess it was Boyle who was dead, and Waxer is still alive. He might be the final one, though. I'm not gonna lie. He might be it for named characters. They kind of yode on in there pretty schwick. There's a lot of bodies around here, too. Lot of bodies, that is for sure. Still ATTEs continuing to cover fire. Oh, Droideka's getting popped up top here. Just little bit by little bit. Again, their range is like right around here, so I think the clones are just out of it, and some of the tanks are starting to hit them. Oh, no, we got some firing over here from them, so they can shoot up this way. Oh, yeah, quite a bit of fire coming from those walls right now as this clone infantry begins to really interact with them a lot. Again, they need their tank support. The tank support is vital. It's so cool seeing the poofs of smoke as Droideka blasters up top go off. We rarely get to use that unit, but they fit perfectly in those walls, which is just so fun to see. It's so cool, man. Oh my goodness. Alright, some more clone infantry coming in from the back over here. ATTEs continuing to walk up, but they're at their limit now. These tank traps are here for a reason, to stop vehicles from coming forward. And now it's going to be up to clone infantry, more or less, to continue this fight into the fray. Alright, let's go ahead and time-lapse a little bit longer here. The fighting continues, boys, as more clone reinforcements from the 501st comes up. Well, I haven't given any reinforcements, but just soldiers are finally getting to the front lines over here and beginning to actually assault the droid infantry ahead. They've still got a few MTT boys down below that they've got to deal with, but the big problem is going to be those Droideka snipers up top and the super battle droids as well. And you can't forget about that artillery. I do see a little bit of smoke up there, so I think the ATTs might have taken care of a few of them. But, oh no, that's a smokestack. I'm an idiot. Oh god. Oh, these are still alive. Oh, this one's dead. Just one has died. Okay, that's not great. Here's the 2nd Airborne, literally hugging the wall over here. It might be too tall to grenade, sadly, so these droids might be safe for now. But that's good that the 2nd Airborne has absolutely clutched this battle up for the clones. Oh, ATOT going down, just like the MTTs. Those are extremely hard to kill. They take a lot of shots to kill, so that's pretty freaking impressive. Alright, a number of Droideka snipers are dead, but I mean, most of these holes are still filled. So, it's rough, dog. Oh, lots of Droideka sniper fire from over here. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, these clones are right in their wheelhouse on elevated ground, too. What are they doing? More Droideka sniper fire from over here as well. Using the super tank as a little bit of cover right there. Can't blame them. Pretty good idea. But rocket fire is coming and hitting them, too. I don't know if the clones are going to be able to do this. Maybe. A little bit of droid resistance still over here at the bunker entrance, but they're going to go down to the 212 and 501st sort of joint area over here. Oh no, well, there's a couple 501st troopers. They've sort of met in the middle a little bit, but not to a crazy degree. Man, this map is so awesome, man. I'm so glad we've been able to do this. Still a lot of clone troopers left alive. You know, probably a couple hundred, if not more, but the resistance is tough to deal with. It is really, really rough right now. The clones are taking so many shots, so many rocket shots, everything. And those Droideka snipers are relentless now that they've sort of been let out and freed to fire as the clones come into range on them. They're not a one-shot kill or anything like that, but they can do some serious damage for real. It can be really devastating. So those Droideka snipers are doing it. They're making it happen, and very few of them are actually going down due to clone fire either. This midsection, though, kind of promising. If these clones just go ahead and climb the stairs, they'll have such easy shots on these trench soldiers. I mean, they're going to receive a lot of shots as well, but you know, it could be a masterful gambit, as it were. More 212 troopers over here getting absolutely torn to shreds by Droideka sniper fire. Yeah, they're surviving the sniper fire pretty decently, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought those would be one-shot kills, but they're really not. Yeah, they take a number. And it looks like we got a DC-15X trooper up here, which I mean is kind of a goated unit. These ATOTs are roasted. ATTEs trying their best to help out, man, but they're at kind of the limits of their strength. They're down a lot of troopers, a lot of tanks, and on top of that, I don't think they shoot upwards very well. I think that's a little bit tricky for them. So the battle is just a grind for the clones right now, an absolute grind fest. There's so many dead bodies on this here battlefield from both sides. A lot of them have been stepped on and deleted by tanks, as well as eviscerated by explosions. So we're really only seeing a portion when we highlight the bodies there. This super fortress is a devastating, devastating thing. Oh, why don't we do another little time lapse here? Well, boys, sporadic firing still continues on this here battlefield. However, the clones are seriously depleted in their numbers. They really don't have a lot left. They've got a little bit over here. They've got a little bit over here, but it's kind of it, sadly. They've knocked out a solid portion of this trench here, like a really, actually both trenches are pretty low. E-web turrets still firing up there. There's still dwarf spiders over here as well. We go in full speed? Yeah, we absolutely can. Now, these guys over here are going to derp and not push forward. Those guys might, but these guys are definitely in derp mode, so I'm going to push these clones up here, try and give them the best opportunity. I mean, this is a super fortress, so they're dealing with a lot. I want to try and give them the opportunity to maybe get a victory, and I think now is the last opportunity chance to work as a team and get up these stairs and try and get some kills. This is pretty much it. If they can't do it now, they're not doing it ever. The tanks are basically useless at this point. This one's got 31 kills, 14 vehicle kills. That's kind of insane. Alright, so these clones are pushing on up. They did wipe out a number of the droids on this barricade and the back barricades here. So this would be the part 2 if we wanted to do that. Maybe the droids retreat off of the wall after taking so much damage, and we get to see the interior defense here, and we could maybe pull some super battle droids and stuff down here, since the super battle droids might not have really been able to fire. I think I saw a few fire, but for the most part, they were pretty inactive during this whole thing. Wow, this entire wall of sniper droids gone. That's kind of crazy. This still has a lot of crew members, so those are still up and functioning. So it's really just the clones up here now, fighting the good fight. But beyond that, clone trooper army pretty devastated at this point. Not doing too hot. These vehicles, I mean, they're not going to be able to do really anything. We got a clone over here. These clones over here, are they not able to cross because of this? Should we try and kill this? Maybe that will get the clones to move forward? I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. We'll see. They're free to move. I don't know. Let's do a little time lapse here and see what happens. All right, it's been a few minutes. The clones aren't moving at all. Are they even able to get up here is the question. Interesting. A few of them move, but a few don't. Okay, if we put them here, they're able to start fighting again. I think this is honestly pretty much over for the clones. I think it's a matter of how many last remaining droids they kill. Well, I mean, this area is pretty much... Can they even fire down this way? No, they can't really... Can they get in the trench? They can't really get in the trench. This trench is totally dead, though. Interesting. We're at a weird derp point where there's not a lot of droid infantry remaining, and they're kind of stuck over here, and the clones have no way to shoot at them because they can't get in the trench there themselves. We have a couple dwarf spiders that I'm guessing are damaged because they're not really doing anything. The artillery is pretty much ineffective because the clones are beneath it now, and these tanks over here don't seem to be getting affected by it, really. The clone tanks are just one by one sniping out the last remaining droideka snipers, as well as the super battle droids up here, and they've killed quite a number of them from the empty cells. So I actually think this is kind of a clone victory. In a very weird way. We're at a stalemate where nothing is happening, but the clones kind of have the upper hand because, first of all these super battle droids fell over, probably from explosions, so they're useless. These ones aren't firing. These droideka snipers are still very much so active and able to fire, but they've got no targets because the clones are, again, underneath them, but the clones can't get to them. So I believe that this is probably more like a draw. And so I think this actually leads us perfectly into the next video we can do, where we do the interior of the super fortress,
and the droids get to retreat back, re-fulfill their defenses inside, and the clones get to regroup and try again. Let me know in the comment section if you guys think that is a fair ending, or if you disagree with that ending and you think the droids won this outright, or the clones won this outright. I mean, there's still like 100 clone troopers scattered throughout, still a number of vehicles. They can't really kill these droids. The droids can't really kill them. I think this is the definition of a stalemate. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out Warfare Gaming, link in the description below. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.